Most people are very confused about what their full retirement age is. Medicare, you qualify for at 65, but when do you qualify to draw your full retirement for Social Security? Stick around in this video. I'm going to be covering that and much more. I'll talk to you in just a moment. Hey everyone, my name is Kelby Hightower with Medicare Hub, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what is the full retirement age. And this associates with Social Security. A lot of times people get confused about Social Security and then Medicare. Medicare you qualify for when you turn 65. That is a standard rule or a law or a concept that some people get confused about. They are getting ready to turn 65 and they think, I'm going on Medicare. Does that mean I have to go on Social Security? Or I'm going on Social Security. Does that mean I have to go on Medicare? Well, you become eligible to go on to Medicare at the age of 65. Now, if you're still employed and you're going to continue to work and you're on an employer-based plan, we have videos about this that talks about the details of when you can enroll, when you don't have to enroll, when you can wait and not go into Medicare A or B, and then have a special election when you're coming off your employer plan. So that's a total different subject and it's a total different video. We have those videos on our YouTube. You can search those out. We'd love to provide some information and guidance there. But let's get back into what is your full retirement age when it comes to Social Security, because it's very confusing sometimes. And people are saying, hey, if I draw at this time, am I drawing my full amount or am I drawing my aunt? I think did it 62 and a half. What does that mean? My uncle waited until he was 7. I got a friend that's or 70. I got a friend that's going to be drawing it at 68 because that's when they're retiring from their job. What exactly are the guidelines and rules? And it's very, very simple. I'm going to go over with you in just a few minutes time so you understand exactly how it works. So full retirement age. One of the main things you need to understand is if your full retirement age is whatever, 67, if you go below that and you start drawing at 65, what happens to your full retirement income or Social Security benefit? Well, it decreases by 6% for each year that you take early. So you would have 67 would be your full retirement age, and whatever you're going to draw, if it was $2,000, you're going to subtract that 6%, and this is your total. And then if you draw it 1 year earlier prior to that, you're going to draw off another 6% amount, and this is going to be your total. So with that, you just need to understand that your situation may be that you want to be able to start drawing your Social Security prior to your full retirement age. You're eligible at the age of 62 and have to begin to draw your Social Security, and you can draw it early. That's allowable by Social Security. But then you have to look at your full retirement age. So you have 62 up to your full retirement. And then in between those times, you're going to draw early. You're going to get assessed basically a decrease of 6% per year that you draw early. So what happens if you exceed that? If your full retirement age again is 67 years of age and you wait till you're 69, you're going to get an 8% increase for each year that you don't draw. So you're going to have 8% plus 8%, which is going to be this total amount off of that $2,000 Social Security benefit. So depending on what your Social Security benefit is, you would set up, most of you guys have set up an SSA.gov account. If you have not, I would encourage you to do that. And that's going to allow you to see what your Social Security benefit is going to be and when you can draw that. Now, to simplify this, when can you draw 100% of your Social Security? Well, you're going to use what's called a full retirement age or a chart that we're going to provide you. And so exciting news. I'm going to actually give you a copy of this chart, and it's going to allow you to just be able to pull it up, print it out, look at it, circle, make notes, whatever you want to be able to do to it. But I'm going to go over just what and how this chart basically works. So what I like to do is I like to start at the latest age, 67. Anyone that's been born from 1960, because we're getting ready to turn into those turning 65 that are going to be 1960s and beyond. If you're 1960 and beyond, your full retirement age is 67. That means any year prior to 67 years of age, when you turn 67 and beyond, you can draw your full retirement from Social Security. If you wait a year longer, it's 8% more. If you do it earlier, at 66, it's 6% less. And then for every month prior or every year prior, you're going to take off basically 2 months worth of time all the way down to the age of 65, which is going to be 1937 or earlier. So from 1960 all the way down to 1937, what's going to happen is if you're a 1959 baby, you're going to take 67 minus 2 months. And that's going to let you know that it's 66 and 10 months is your full retirement age. Now, if you don't like doing math, some of you don't, and I do, and I kind of like numbers. If you don't like to do that, guess what? This copy of this PDF, simple, easy to look at, is going to be below. Click, get the free copy of that. Then also, if you have additional questions about Medicare or Social Security or your full retirement age, always feel like that you can reach out to us. We'd love to be able to help you and provide you guidance. And until next time, I'll be back in just a second and tell you about what we're going to be talking on this next video. Stick around. I'll see you in a second. Hey guys, in our next video, I'm going to be covering the parts of Medicare that every senior should know about and understand. Check out the next video. I'll see you on the other side.